Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam, amma ba'd. Ahbati fillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As'al Allah kareem rabbil arsh al-azim an yatawallana fi dunya wal akhirah. Ahbati fillah, a question was asked: what position should a student of knowledge take, a beginning student of knowledge take, with regards to another Shaikh who is a follower of scholars that have been refuted by Sheikh Muqbil and Sheikh Rab'ee? First and foremost, Ahbati fillah, whether a scholar has been refuted by Imam Muqbil or Imam Rab'ee, Hafidhullah ta'ala wa rahmatul alayhi, rahmatin wasi ala shaykhina, is not to be mistaken as the restriction to the truth. Imam Malik said, Al-Haq, la yuraf al-Haq bi-rijal, walakin yuraf al-rijal bil-Haq. That men, truth are not known, the truth is not known by men, meaning we don't judge the truth by individuals and personalities, but rather individuals and personalities are judged by the truth, meaning we look at them through the scale of the Haqq, Kitab wa Sunnah. So that's the first piece of advice I would offer, is to realize that even those are great scholars and imams, we don't blind follow them, and we don't have ta'assib towards them. Secondly, they could be correct or they could be mistaken in this ijtihad or this tanzil, this application of a hukum or ruling upon an individual. So, for example, maybe they talk about a particular scholar. Does that mean what they're saying is the truth just because they said it? Not that they're lying. This is not a ta'an or a slander against the a'immat sunnah, but rather, again, even the a'immat sunnah have to be, what they say has to be evaluated, okay? Unless you're just, as you said, a beginning student of knowledge, you're making taqleed. Okay, no problem. Just don't force people to take your opinion. The third point I want to mention, is that the talib al-ilm, a beginning student of knowledge, should not even busy themselves with this. Like, why do you need to know what somebody you're benefiting from, who has followers, whether they were refuted or their scholar was refuted by Sheikh Muqbil, or I don't honestly understand. I don't understand how that's going to help you acquire the truth about the book and the sunnah. And I understand the salaf, the athar you gave, but I think there is a misapplication here of making things too black and white. As a beginning student of knowledge, you should not be involved in that. As a beginning student of knowledge, you should just be studying. Put your head down. If you have doubt about someone, stay away from them. If you are studying with someone known to be Ahl Sunnah and is praised by Ahl Sunnah, stick with him. Simple. If there's ashkal and there's tension and there's controversy surrounding an individual, stay away from them. That is one of the things that can first and foremost can help protect you from falling into bid'ah. Another point that we do have to understand and look at, and this is something we emphasize in the missing links, and I would say go back and go through the treatise of what we just did. And that is, not every refutation is a declaration of takfir or tabdi' or even tafsir. Meaning, just because a scholar of Ahl Sunnah or even Ahl Bid'ah refutes someone else, that doesn't mean that person's on misguidance. A refutation is healthy. Refutations are correction. Refutations can be islah, can help to rectify a person who has made a mistake or make the truth be clear or become clearer. So, for example, a scholar can refute another scholar from Ahl Sunnah because he felt that the other scholar didn't give enough details. That doesn't mean he was wrong. He was still correct. But he just didn't give enough details to the liking of the first scholar. Plain and simple. That's it. It doesn't really have an impact on halal and haram or anything like this. One scholar feels that the other scholar from Ahl Sunnah should have been more explicit in his explanation, so therefore he refutes him. His refutation does not mean he's a mubtadi'ah. It doesn't mean he's a kafir. It doesn't mean he's a mubtadi'ah. It doesn't mean he's a fasiq. It just means, hey, akhi, I love you. Please correct this. Please explain it a little bit better. That's it. So refutations are on different levels. There's refutations of Ahl Bid'ah, and there's refutations that can be an accusation of Bid'ah. And then there are a variety of different types of refutation. Ahl Sunnah refutes one another and has throughout time. The A'immat Arba, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi'i, Imam Ahmed, they debated some of them and refuted one another in issues. Do we now say that Imam Ahmed made tabdi' of Imam Shafi'i? Or Imam Shafi'i didn't accept Imam Malik? La. We don't say that. Nor is that the case. So refutations can actually be healthy because they can be a correction, they can be a highlighting, they can be a further explanation. So that's why these kind of questions about refutation, a lot of people just don't understand it, honestly. Because in the minds of a lot of the beginning students of knowledge and people who are not even students of knowledge, is a refutation means you made tabdi of him. He's warning against him. Refutation is not a warning against someone necessarily. It could be a warning of an issue that they have. It could be a warning of a mistake that they have. It could be not even that, just a highlighting. It could be a private correcting behind closed doors. Imam Al-Albani differed and refuted scholars of Ahl Sunnah and disagreed with Bin Baz. So do we say Imam Al-Albani refuted Bin Baz, don't take from Bin Baz anymore? And Bin Baz and Jibreen and many ulama of Ahl Sunnah from that time, mountains of knowledge, refuted Imam Al-Albani. They disagreed with him on the hijab. But they maintained respect and his honor and status as an imam of Ahl Sunnah, as an imam of Ahl Hadith. It had no import on reducing him. Rather, they say, this great imam, we wish he would have corrected this. We feel he's wrong here. And he had dalil. And he defended his position. So does that mean who's wrong? Who should we not take knowledge from? So what I want us to understand is refutations do not mean tabdi'. Refutations, so when your question, may Allah bless us and bless you, questioner, that when you say refuted, I honestly don't know what that means. Does that mean Sheikh Muqbil and Sheikh Rab'ee declared someone to be an innovator who is somebody that you're learning from his teacher? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that those great imams, they refuted someone who's majhul to us, and this person they refuted as who is your teacher's teacher, that they maintained respect for him? They were correcting him. What does it mean, refutation? So that's what one of the things is so critical to to be clear in our questions. And one of the qawaid that we need to observe, and that is a hukm ala shay far'in ala tasawwurihi. A hukm ala shay far'in ala tasawwurihi. Which means a ruling on an individual, a ruling on something, a ruling about halal or haram requires that the alim has a correct view about the situation. He's not being lied to. He understands the issue. He understands the circumstances around. He understands if it's about another country, for example, he understands the surroundings and the environment of that country or that individual or that status, how dawah is there. But for example, you come to me and you say, can I take knowledge from Abdul Hakim in Indonesia? And I say, well, and Abdul Hakim, he eats fried rice, and he is a deviant. So then, of course, because you made a wasf, a description that we don't care about his fried rice, but you made a description that he is a deviant. So then we take, oh, he's a deviant. What if he's not a deviant and you just don't like him? You don't like his fried rice. So you say, he's a deviant because he buys his rice from Ahl Bidah, and Ahl Bidah, they cook it a certain way, and it seems to hurt the people, and they get sick from the salad, and it just seems to cause fawda in the community. We've got to be careful about this. We've got to be careful, and I'm not reprimanding anyone about these types of questions, but honestly, if we look at what the ulama teach us, they don't teach us first to just take a bunch of athar al-salaf and just go to the left and go to the right and try to do it like this. La. They teach us to seek knowledge. Focus more on memorizing the Quran. Focus more on learning the Sunnah. Focus more on strengthening your Arabic language. Focus more on strengthening your relationship with Allah above all things. And then those other masail, those more intricate masail, you'll have more insight and be able to deal with them better, and you deal with them in accordance with your level. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.